Wow. Let's see. We should be up. Hopefully we're up. Connecting stream software for preview. Oh. Alright, let's just check, see if everything's working right. And if you're nearby, let's, I'll just be a brief moment. Just gotta check things up. Are we live? Yes, we're live. Oh, that's great. Alright, I'm gonna check about... It says... Okay. Cancel. I'm still having to deal with those technical difficulties here. Stream Now Classic. Let's try that. It says I'm streaming. Yeah, great. Okay. I'll just pop this up. Pop out chat. That way, if you guys want your questions, just dropping by. Keep in mind that there will likely be a delay in the questions and answers. But please, oh, so, you know, you nice folk are well behaved, and I expect it to be so. All right, what we have going on here, if you're watching this at a later time, because I'm gonna try to improve on my channel and so on. I want to stream more because I really like to show the process I go through. Alright, so I've got still some work to do. And put a lot of changes. Morning wolf or evening or whatever time you're watching this in. Alright. So we've got this, and this got totally fleshed out really quick, actually. And let's try to get some quick fleshing out here. It really helps when you zoom out. You get a better sense of proportions and placement. I hope you're all having a very lovely day, and that your health is all super great. You're washing your hands? Oh, don't forget to wash those hands. Having to wash them so often at work. Oh. Let's see. 6 a.m. Oh wow, that is early riser. Just for me? Yeah, I wake up at 6. I try to wake up 6 a.m. during work days and make the pancakes and the sausages. Alright, so always bear in mind your light source, and I know I have 2 different light sources. I'm going to have a light source in the back here, and I've got some moon coming in this direction. Because I'm always trying to keep in mind the orientation of the image. Cats woke you up at 5:30. Good for them. They gave you an opportunity. Ha ha. It's also good to round up everyone and see what their schedules are like, so I can try to navigate a live streaming accordingly. You know, find the optimal time for us all to share. If you got any questions about drawing and improving your own work, so shoot ahead. I'm all ears. I want to update the imagery for my channel also, so any input on that is super Should I set it all in black and white? That's a question. Right here, Mondays, huh? It's a good thing I didn't start earlier. Oh! Yeah. Let's see. Let's flip that. And keep working. Okay. So how do I know the area I'm working in? Well, first of all the previous patches and patch, they're all in separate sections, and they're all in doubles, on twos. When I get to what I'm working on, I can see that I have the layout different, just so that I can tell which trio batch is going to be together a lot more clearly. And salutations from Argentina. Thank you for coming by. My Spanish is not good. I mean, I can maybe understand a few things, but you know, customary stuff. How fluffy you make his hair look. Well, hair is easy when you get the hang of it. And for a lot of people, they go with fine brushes trying to draw each hair. No, you don't need fine brushes. Get a bigger brush. Because the finest line you'll make is the contrast between two spaces. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna need layout hand here. I worked a little bit more on those hands here. I really liked how they turned out. I finished up her fingers there. Let's see, light sources. Don't want to get lost in my light. Put a spot of light there. I'm not Bob Ross, but I'd like to, you know, keep it fun. Try and encourage people. Because drawing is a lot about... it's very therapeutic. And expression... Let's see. Where are we? We can lighten this up because of environment space. Placement for his ear. There we go. Shoulder. Okay. I'm gonna need to go in a bit here. Try to fix this face, because that's not right. That is not right. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we don't have automated translation for messages on the chat room. So that's a pity. Okay, so I gotta paint that over. Try again. I'm just making this space for it to exist. And it will flesh out a lot better. I treat this way like clay. It's a lot of sculpting. Yeah, you utilize your Google Translator. That's awesome. I've been using it as well, trying to deal with a group who reposted without my permission. And hooray, they listened and they complied. I'm glad about that. It's a little bit large with the ear. That's a little bit better. Step, flip and step back. The question for you, Isabel. How is your comprehension of English? Because if you have some difficulties and you have an easier time understanding French, I can accommodate. But Spanish, no. No habla español. Okay. Flip it back. Let's see the fluidity. I think it should be more open fingers here. Something like that, perhaps. Get your shape down. Ooh. Now, on the matter of stuff I draw, if I'm gonna be talking a little bit. So I'm drawing a bunch of ladybug stuff. Great. How did I get into this? Why am I so compelled to do this? Huh. Isn't there any other stuff that I like? Yeah, there's lots of other stuff that I like, lots of other stuff that I've watched and enjoyed and kept up with. But why am I not drawing that? I'm just not compelled. That's simple as that. What other stuff have I been compelled to draw? Turtles. That's one thing. Not the latest stuff though. I really like the Nickelodeon's 2012 rendition. That was great. I drew a few other things. Why is it on race? Anyway. Let's see. I drew a lot of Slayers. Because I have my OTP in that. I'm a sucker for OTP. As I mentioned on my Twitter profile, I'm a terrible sucker for OTP. You know what, Isabel, for you, I'll ask here. Here you go. That'll make it easier, haha. Let's see, where was I? So yeah, I drew a lot. I think that was... No, I drew a lot of Slayers and then I drew some Turtles. Because that's where I picked up on practicing some more with Clip Studio. And made a pretty big poster. Only one person was really interested in and actually got a poster, so yeah, that's That's a lot of investment down the drain. Oh well. Let's see. Need a bit more lighting from the moon there. Need to have the lighting match well enough here and there. These are just my sketches. I don't sign sketches now. I sign finished work. And I don't have a Patreon. You know what? I'll be considering about Patreon after I start a good following. I do have a day job right now, so it's not an urgency. Building up my Twitter following was a lot more about kind of my backup career in case the shop didn't open, in case it fell through and I'd lose my job. It's a good job. Yeah, but here's a tidbit about what I post. You can use Google image reverse search. You put in a picture, you find a source. And that's how they know. It's because I think I do something a little bit different from a lot of what the fandom is posting. There was this other piece that was posted today, and it got real popular, and its author has a very large following, so good for them. I'm building my way. And they did very well at making shiny suits, but I was so put off by the placement of the ear. It seems so off. Oh my god. Some details just get omitted. If there's something wrong, it's gonna scream in my face. And it happened, so too bad. Too bad. Alright, digital art exclusive content is great motivator way to get a little extra income. Yeah, I know. And we have a mortgage to pay since we have house now, which is all super dandy. And perhaps one day I'll get around to making Patreon, but for now, to accumulate the following, I do need to make my content available, free, and public. I have not opened up for commissions. I mean, like, I wouldn't tell people not to ask me for commissions, so. But I reserve the right to refuse a commission. Because there's certain parameters that need to be met. There's a lot of artists who will do commissions and odd commissions. But I don't make that kind of content, mostly because I feel I'm incapable. And I don't need to, because there is a supply for that type of content. I'm just not the one to do it. I do this, and part of what I do requires that there's some soul in it. Slightly cropped, nice high resolution. Yeah, I never post full resolution. Never, ever, 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 ever. Because first of all, it's larger than the screen size, so why bother? As it changes the viewing experience. The viewing experience is key. And I don't want that to be muffled up and disrupted by big watermarks. It's absurd. And you put big watermarks saying do not repost. That doesn't work. Reposters will still repost. And there's a few different mentalities when it comes to reposters. There's those who just praise your work. There are those who mean no ill intent and just want to, credit you, whatever. And there are those who just try to claim credit, and those are the bad ones. And the problem with reposting is that I find it's like littering. You see someone else littering, there's a rule against littering, you don't do it, but there are people who will go and do it. And those are the bad people. And those who don't intend on being bad just think it's okay because they see the bad people doing it. They are impressionable, youthful people. And I want to make a difference. I want to encourage these people to create their own content because everyone has more than zero talent. There will be a time for Patreon, and I don't think it's right now. It's been some crazy times currently, and I want to help, boost morale. Alright, comes up. And there are the ones who repost and not safe for work stuff. It's only on Patreon. And they think they're like Robin Hood. Yeah. Now the thing of why I don't make that big label on my profile, like ask permission, don't repost, blah blah blah, is I want to give people the credit that it should be good manners, common nature, that you should ask permission for things. That they should know already ahead of time what is the right thing to do. They see it posted on everyone else, and unless I say you're welcome to repost my work without permission, then it should be automatic. Ask first. Right? I know you guys can worry. Take your time. You take your time, Isabel. And if I speak too fast, say so. I can try to focus to be a little slower. Let's see. Okay, so I've got that. It's covering well. I still have this. This is still pretty sketchy. I need to clean that up. Yeah. There we go. I love my hotkeys. They're so handy. That's how I go about my animation too. That way I don't have to go and manipulate the different cells here and there and play that. I can just use my keys. Let it do the job for me. Woo! Stop. Yeah. Well, it's not going to be in this batch, obviously. So we've got everything here to here. That's 12 frames. That's the next batch. That's batch 16. So yeah, I want to make a difference on some of the reposters. So, the ones that have good intention. And I've encountered some that they feel the only way they can contribute is by borrowing content. And it doesn't contribute. Not at all. Okay, I'm gonna need to rotate this, get a better feel for that, because that's a little bit high up there. There we go. Gotta repaint that part. Get your placement, map it out. Yeah. I don't know when I'm going to be posting. It's going to be sporadic. And it's going to be when it comes out. I want to do more live streaming and keep good contact with everyone. Let's see. Rotate it back. Yeah, that seems like it's in better place now. Hooray! Let's flip it about. Flip it about. Okay. Super. That's better. It's so funny how the storyboard came about. So we're shooting on this side. No, I don't keep any references. I don't really use references. Here, I'll do one straight up right now, like this, live. All right, let's see. What to do? Hello, welcome by. If you got any questions, welcome to ask. Like, what software do I use? What brushes do I use? Blah, blah, blah. It's like when improving art, whenever. This is a question of, do I use references? Actually don't. It's all holding up. There we go. One live doodle. I have a tablet. This is not a mouse. Oh, so classic meme. So classic. I think that's the best way I could answer. Yeah. Cuffs, cuffs, cuffs. Da, 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 da. There you go, 1 quicks. Ah, back to work, eh? How long did that take? I have no idea. I'll have to check later. Yeah. Ceci n'est pas une souris. I recently got some new pen nibs, so I'm super happy about that. I was starting to scratch up my tablet, and that's a bad thing to do. That's a bad thing to let happen. Some dark here is called for. And I really do think I've hit the ball on this, where my target was to make the storyboard tell the whole story without needing anything else. Remember, guys, I've been to school for this stuff. For animation. Storyboarding. What do I do for work? I cut custom order picture frames. That's what I do. It's a satisfying job. And I feel like, what's the term? A productive member of society. So it's what I could get. I really wish I could work in animation, but I really need to get this practice in order to have something to show and to you know, not be rusty anymore. I thought that was a bit much. Get the blender brush. Blender. So my job requires that I work around circular saws. Ooh. And the thing is, I have to tie up my hair for this. It's really long hair. So I have to be very careful to make sure the saw does not catch my hair. Let's work on this here. I felt that the Miraculous fandom was a good place to go for how I paint. Since I'm not... Currently, I don't work much with outlines. I could. I usually do outlines if I'm drawing in pencil. That's good. Any questions? Shoot them up. Shoot them up, especially if I start to go quiet. Make sure I'm alive. Get that expression down. It's hard to get commissions, I tell you. So maybe that Patreon idea wouldn't be a bad plan. I really would have to organize the purpose of the Patreon. I mean, it would be more of a supporters following, perhaps. That way I can continue content for everyone. Or, I don't know, access to a Discord server. That way we can have live chats as I'm doing work. Because we can stream on Discord. You guys are keeping so quiet. How many people do we have viewing? 6 watchers. Oh, that's so nice. Back at work. Nice. I'm over here. Right. And I'm gonna have to make some fresh presentation material for my channel here. I feel that the old stuff is just so outdated. Oh my god. If you guys want to see some colored stuff, I mean, I work mostly black and white here just because I want to focus on form and shape and lighting. That way I'm not distracted by color. Color is a whole other element. Let's see. Alright, we're at 46 minutes into the stream. That's fun. Bit of backlighting. Classic. I mean, this doesn't mean I can't paint in color. I can. I'm just refraining until I feel I'm gaining level. Let's see. And I did a lot of color work over and posted on my DeviantArt. Let's see, some backlighting. Yeah, something more like that. Okay. That's a touch of this. We're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there. Maybe I should propose for people to submit in their interpretations of the dialogues. Some people are more like writers, so, and this is a material that they can use. I'm not preventing people from writing up the dialogue themselves for this. I'm not stopping them. If they're compelled, they're compelled. Can't stop it. Just like you can't stop people making fan art. That's it. Bit more shading here, actually. It's white. I can't make it full black, and I don't use full black or full white. Just so you see. RGB values. Right there. That's not full black. And that's not full white either. Always keep them reserved for your extreme darks and lights. Let's see. There's something here. Let's get in Blender. Start molding this. It's like sculpting. This? It's determination. Oh man, I'm tilting my head so much looking at this. Bring it back. Focus on direct lines of lighting. Shoulder expressions. Oh, I'm so leaning in. Lock it down. Needs to work well in composition. Placement. So that there's a good flow. Not bad, not bad. Alright, we're nearing the end of our hour block. So, any more questions for live feed? You can go right ahead. Otherwise, you can always find me on my Twitter or send me a message. If you have DeviantArt, pop one over there. Remember, I keep my Miraculous stuff just separate from my DeviantArt. It's a different purpose over there. It's my old content. I'm moving on. And I want to rise strong. Do we have everything? Oh, gotta finish over here. Hands, hands, hands. So part 16 will be up soon. I'm not saying it's going to be up today, but it's going to be relatively soon. We're almost done with it. I'm glad you all could drop on by. And anyone watching after it's been streamed, thanks for checking it out. I want to improve also on my streaming skills. So we're gonna have a fun time. And you guys are really gonna help me at developing the whole streaming process and the followings in the community. Because the followings I can't do without your help. I'm terrible at PR and promoting myself, and I'm so terrible at this. And so depending on you guys. What compels you to like things? I don't understand this. But you do you, and stay true to you. And also ask one more time here. Do you have an easier time understanding French? Yeah. I am still terrible at French. Well, I'm awkward at French. But I'm bilingual, so I can. That's what. So here we don't have the reflection placed in. No lighting, just that spotlighter here. Outlines. Alright. And that's the hour block. Thanks for joining today, and thanks for watching that whatever later point. Let's keep working on this channel together, and we'll try to make it into something really neat for everyone to enjoy. You take care of your health and keep on drawing.